Hi there. We're going to do the Zentangle method today. Zentangle is an approach to mindfulness. It's one approach to mindfulness. To get started, a torchon, a pencil, and a pen, and something to write on. This is a Zentangle tile, but you can certainly use paper or anything else. I won't finish the whole tile today because that would take too long, but we're going to get started. The first thing we do is gratitude and appreciation. Just breathe, relax, and be grateful for this day, for your materials, everything that you're grateful for. The next thing, pick up your pencil and make 4 corner dots. Lightly. That's step 2. Step 3, your borders. They can be straight or curved, whatever makes you happy. Mine are typically curved. Okay. And number 4, your string. The string is just the line in the center that creates different spaces. We're going to do 4 tangles, so I'm going to do something that gives us 4 separate spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was our string. Now we're going to start tangling. For this you need your pen. Tangle is both a verb and a noun. We're going to put tangles on here, but we're going to tangle. So that's how you use that. The first one we'll do is crescent moon. Let's do this. Do whatever you want, but that's where I'll start, with crescent moon. I'm going to make little half moons spaced apart. And it's okay if they're not perfect, or oops, look, I hit a corner. That's okay. And you're taking your time. You're not in a hurry. Okay. The next thing you'll do on crescent moon is color these in. And this may take a while, so I'll only do a couple. Sometimes I have one of my pens with a thicker nib to do my dark ink work. Whoops. That's okay. Alright. I'll go ahead and do one more. Okay, so you'll go around and you'll do all of those. You'll color all of those in. Then we're going to put an aura around each one, so it just follows the shape as evenly as possible, but it's okay if it's not perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to do it again. As some of these get close, I will just continue my line. Now this, I'll keep following it until I have filled up the space. And again, I'm taking my time. You can close off each one, or you can make it as a spiral. Well, sort of a funny shaped spiral. And then I'll end it right there. So you'll go back and color each of these in, and I will do that later. Okay, so that's crescent moon. The next tangle we will do is printemps, or looks like print temps. If you're from Texas, it's print temps. All right, pom-pom. And let's do, we can do that right here. Remember that your border and your string, they're just suggestions, they're not rules. So with print temps, it's like drawing a little spring, a spiral, and then I will close it off. Okay? And every one after that will kind of, some of them will be on top, but some of them will look like they're underneath it. So if I put one right next to it, at some point it's going to hit, and so I'll stop and then I can pick it up. That makes it look like it's underneath that one. Anyway, I will fill this space up with these. And it's okay if I go over the line because I felt like it. It's your art. Do it the way you want to. Got lots of birds out today. Okay. I'll do one more. Actually, I need to do one with a sparkle in it in case you want to do those. If you want to put a sparkle or a shine in it, start out your shape and then pick up your pen, leave a space, bring it down, pick up your pen, pick up your pen. Okay? That gives it a little shine or a sparkle if you want to do that. Okay, so that was pom-pom. All right, the next we will do is Knightsbridge. Knightsbridge. Let's do that one right here. Okay, so what I will do is first make pretty good sized parallel lines. These can be straight or curvy. If you want to put a little curve, that would be cool. If you want them straight, that's fine too. Okay, now we're going to go the opposite direction, sort of like making, well, ultimately, like making a checkerboard. And I may want to put a little bit of curve into these, or I can leave it straight, whatever. You get different effects when you add curves. It's kind of neat. Okay, Knightsbridge is basically a checkerboard. So what you will do, again, this will take time, but you're going to color in just like a checkerboard. I'll do it like this for right now, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Now we have a plane going overhead. Thought I'd come outside because it would be quiet, but it's actually pretty noisy out here. Okay, so that's colored in. Again, when I am doing these, I typically have another pen. This is an 01. If you'll get also a 1, it has it's more like a marker, and it colors it in nice and full. But this is fine too. It's whatever makes you happy. Okay. Oh, another idea. If you don't want to color it in, blacken it, you could certainly use lines to darken if you wanted to. That's another way to do that. But I will tell you, it's always good to have dark and light in your ink drawings, not just medium. It's good to have some white space, some dark space, and then some medium. Okay, so you will go through and do the whole color in the whole thing. That's Knightsbridge. So what we have is crescent moon, printemps, Knightsbridge, and then the last one we will do is called Zentangle. This is one of my favorites. You're going to do something very similar here. In fact, maybe I'll go a different direction though. So let's do parallel lines. Okay, and then we're going to cross them. And of course I put these right next to each other. I probably wouldn't do that, but that's okay. Okay, so now you have your little squares there. This one you're going to fill in every square with sort of a square spiral, like so. This is one of my favorites, just as far as meditative. I can sit and do these and really get into a calm and quiet mood or state. I pick mine up. You can do whatever you want. I'll show you here. I will go down and pretend and then come up like so. But remember, these are guidelines, so if I wanted to take it down, I could. This is your artwork and you do it the way you want to. Okay, so I think you get the idea. This is Zentangle. So, crescent moon, printemps, Knightsbridge, Zentangle. And once you get this completed, and it'll take a little while, but the point is not to race through it. The point is to relax and enjoy peaceful, quiet time. It's just mindful mark making. So after you finish it, I'm going to jump a step ahead just so you can see. You can go back to your pencil and do some shading. On your crescent moon, one way to shade this is to go in between the little crescents and kind of follow that down into the center, and it will give it sort of a dimensional look, and especially if you kind of darken just the center right there. So then I will use my torchon and I will blend. Anyway, it gives it some dimension, and once this is all finished, you'll really notice. On your printemps, I like to go back and find all of the spirals that are on top and then kind of shade around them as if they are hovering above the others. Anyway, if you add that shading, and again, you can do that with as many as you want or just a few. And again, this is one way to shade. You might have a better way. Do whatever makes you happy. Anyway, that also gives it dimension and it makes some of them pop forward. On Knightsbridge, there are many ways to do it, but the way I would do it is I go around the edges and sort of make it look like a blanket is coming up in the center. If you shade around the edges, I'll just do this one edge just to kind of give you an idea. Your torchon does a nice job just blending. And what I found when I first started tangling is that I didn't really shade enough. So I usually had to go back and shade some more. The more I do this, you know, the darker some of my shading is. Anyway, it gives it dimension. If you go around all of the edges after you've colored it in, do all of your work first. We're just doing this because this is a short video. I don't want it to be too long. It's already 15 minutes, it looks like. Okay, and I do the same for, well, two things. You can do the edges on e-mingle, or if you want to do something completely different, do the corners like so. And when you do all of them, try not to do long lines. Do each little square as its own thing, but it will end up giving a very interesting sort of dimensional look. Okay, so I would then go back and shade like so. Anyway, I hope you get the idea. This is my first Zentangle video, so this is sort of an experiment, and I'm sure I will learn how to do this better. So what we have done is we did our 4 tangles, then we shaded it. Now we will initial it and sign it. You might have, you know, practice your signature, your initials, and there is no up or down on a tangle, so put it however you want. I'll just go ahead and do it this way. Nah, I like it like this. Okay, kind of how it was. I will put my initials. Okay, and on the back, if you have a Zentangle tile, you can put your name. And the date. And you can also put whatever's going on. If I'm sitting in a hospital somewhere, I might say at the hospital waiting for so and such or whatever. Or I'm at the DMV. It's just a little memory thing to remember where you were. Okay? And then number 8, the last thing you do after it's finished, you kind of hold it out and appreciate it. Appreciate the work that you've done. And that's it. That's the basic Zentangle method. I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you are able, take a class with a certified Zentangle teacher, because there's really nothing like that. It's a great thing. Okay, have a good day. Bye.